Hi, everybody, and welcome to the chat. Welcome to Fine Scale Aquatics Live. I'm Carrie, and today I have a very special guest who has a open invitation to whenever she wants to come. So, welcome, Dee, from Down the Wormhole. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing?
Very good today. It is wonderful here. It's been a nice hot day. Got a lot done. Got another coffee to make it through the rest of the evening, so it should be good.
Yes, I have been working in the back room. I've kind of slacked off on editing lately because I've been working on the house in the backyard. And getting all that stuff done because it's finally not raining here. It's been so rainy that I've only had small opportunities to work in the yard.
Well, it just quite snowy not long ago, so the break in it has been nice to finally get some sunshine.
Yeah, I got sunburned this weekend.
Nice. Still don't have a tan yet. I guess.
No tan, just burn.
Yeah, that's my colors too. I go from white to red, and that's
about all I do. But it seems like your plants and everything look really good lately. I'm not sure if it was on Facebook or Instagram or what I exactly saw it on, but it seems like your plants and everything are looking really good lately.
Yeah, that's all that time off. I think a lot of that I've been actually taking a little extra care of them as well.
Yeah. I got my vegetable sprouts transplanted to the garden just in time for the dog to dig them all up.
Oh, nice. Our watermelon is not doing so good, so I have to say we might have to try something else in the corner.
Yeah, I haven't tried that, but I know Misha, the backyard dog, really enjoys my onion plants. I'm like, why?
I love to walk through the garden. I don't know why, and just kind of randomly knock stuff over. I don't think they took out the watermelon, but I'm not guaranteeing it. It might have been a good peace dog. I'm not sure.
I try every year. I've been trying for 10 years, and honestly, this is the first time that I've ever got them probably big enough to actually transplant to a garden.
Nice.
And the dog took care of it, so.
Well, I took one of the old rabbit cages because last year we didn't get a single strawberry. We saw a lot of them, but we never got to eat any. So this year we took an old rabbit hutch and we put it over top of there, and I'm like, come on, let's break into that one. Mm-hmm. So we've taken to guarding our garden now at this point.
Yeah, I tried. We got the pool set up, so the kids are happy, but that's all I've accomplished successfully.
Well, I thought we'd pull off the watermelon. We were successful with a pumpkin before, but I ventured off, but no, apparently not.
Well, I would like to say welcome to everybody in the chat. John Larson, hello. Stephen, hello. Small Fry Aquatics, hello and welcome. Not Nola Jane, hello. And DMC Productions, welcome to the chat.
Here, now I can type in chat. I was just trying to figure out how to get in here.
Yeah, I'm still figuring everything out. It seems like every time I do this, I learn something new.
My computer was behaving nice today. It came in here, the internet worked, it popped in and let me click the link. I was very pleased.
Yeah, I've been having mine on the charger all day. All day.
Well, I was just trying to clean this area up here. I had these two tanks were in such an absolute disarray. I just kind of finished this. This still doesn't have a fish. I tried to get to that point for the video, but I didn't quite make it. So.
Yeah, my last video I filmed, but since I've been working on the house, I haven't got it. It's put together, but it's not edited together, I guess. It's in order. But I moved all the fish to the outside tubs.
Oh, nice.
So far, they're doing good, though.
That's cool. I haven't done a lot of fish outside, so I find that neat. But having that extra weather a little longer helps, I think.
Yeah, this is my second year trying tubs outside, and then I went a little crazy this year. Last year worked so well that this year we discovered that they had some broken ones at our local store. And we were curious what they would sell them for. So we got it's cracked, but it's at the top. So it doesn't Like, it doesn't matter.
Okay, you still use it. Yeah,
Yeah.
my husband works at the restore, so sometimes giving him the mission of, hey, if you see these, and I mean, a lot of the times they can't take them, so some people will just be like, well, is there somewhere I can ditch it? And you're like, well, my backyard would be fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, this year our neighbor came over and was like, how many tubs are you going to get this year? I'm like, as many as I want.
Nice. Yes, I told him to look out for a big tank for the piranhas for me, so we'll see what he finds.
Yeah. I needed to move the perch outside because I wanted that 75-gallon for the goldfish.
I wonder what the piranhas would look like in a pond outside. That would be interesting.
It'd probably be really cool.
I've never thought of
that. Sure. I've never had anything like that, but I live through your videos.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know if the neighbors' kids would visit as much then, maybe.
Yeah, they wouldn't be so apt to put their hands. Our Brighton's friends always come down, and I'm always telling them, just, you can look, just please don't put your hands in the tubs. They'd be less apt to put their hands in a piranha tub.
Yeah, at least those ones, they understand the name, and they're like, okay, I know those ones.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, no.
Do you have any like upcoming projects that you want to talk about that you have planned for the summer?
For the summer, nothing.
Or just the fish room in general?
I don't think I'm going to try anything outside. Like I said, we'll see if we do manage to find anything with the restore. That those things don't wander through there quite as much. So if we can move the piranhas, that'd be about my only thing that I really want to try and get done, hopefully over the summer. But
yeah.
We'll see. We got rid of the chickies, so now we're going to rearrange all of these again. But I don't know. Nothing new planned. Nothing new.
Yeah, I never have anything like set in stone, but there always seems to be something that ends up happening. Like I've been wanting to redo that 75-gallon for a while, so I drained it because I did move that perch out. I didn't film moving the perch outside. I just did it because it just.
Are they fun to catch? Like fast?
Yeah, they're not the easiest, but I'm not the best catcher anyway. Because usually once they're in a tank, they just stay there. So, but Brighton, I think it was like 2 summers ago. We went to the creek and he hand caught it so it's kind of.
That's not bad.
I'm attached to it, so we got it a 300-gallon tub for outside, just for the one perch and a crawdad. I put it outside, and then I took all of the gravel and cleaned the tank really well because that tank was just full of algae anyway. So I miss I've been water changing it, but I haven't been scrubbing it as well since I've been preoccupied on other things the last couple weeks. So I just I want to change the substrate from gravel to sand. So I've been kind of doing that, prepping to move them.
Sand tank drives me crazy. pH is always off on that one and everything.
Yeah, I'm trying a whole different type of sand this time. I usually just use like paver sand or something from Lowe's, but this time I've used what is it? Supernatural sand from PetSmart. I think that's what it's called, something like that. And it seems to be okay, but I'm always trying something new. I've got gravel, sand. I've got this Carry Tetra tank behind me's dirt. I'm not the biggest fan of the dirt tank. I was really excited when I set it up, and then I started maintenance, trying to maintenance it. Not
easy.
It's not my favorite.
Good to know. I've been eyeballing lots of plants and tanks. Yeah, I keep looking at that maintenance part and going, how do you pull that off exactly? Knowing my sand, I don't know. My sand is just left over from Casey up here, and I moved it into the one guppy tank. So there's not even a ton in there, but it's still just driving me crazy and managing to be my one tank that just is like, why?
There's always one that's like Why can't you cooperate? Like,
all the others are working fine.
I have one tub outside. All the other ones are crystal clear. Like, they're doing great. And this particular one, like the fish itself, they're doing great, but it's just always so cloudy. And there's always that one.
And my fish are okay. They never look happy in it. And I don't know why. Just, that one tank.
Mm-hmm. There's always, like, why can't you just cooperate?
Just do.
Yeah, because everything, like, the water's the same. Like, I have different substrates, but usually I have, like, I'll have doubles. So I have a couple sand. I just have the one dirt, I guess I should say. But I have a couple gravels. But there's always one out of the bunch that's like...
Wow. Yeah, out of all the 15s, it's just that one. And I mean, the only difference is that it's up one level. That's it. I mean, come on, give me a break. I don't know.
Yeah.
Be that way. I don't mind.
My next kind of, I guess, I wouldn't say it's a project, but I got a bigger, like, it's a 20 long, but I want to take all my mealworms and crickets and beetles and take them from the little 2.5 gallon tank I have them in and put them in a 20 long, so they have more room to spread out.
I figured that out. That would be cool. I redid all my little bug containers, so it's been kind of nice. I like having this symmetrical.
Yeah, it seems like every time I get done with something, I'm like, oh, I'm done, and then I'm like, well,
there's always something.
I just think of something else. Like, I really want to paint the fish room. Why? I don't need to, but I want to.
That would be a good project. You probably have to move everything, hey?
Yeah, because I want to. My plan in my head is I'm going to drain all the tanks and then move them and then paint and then fill them all back up. But I don't have any paint yet, so.
That's a good project. That's why the room never got painted in my last place. Is once they were up, I was like, no.
Well, I never had a place I was allowed to paint. I always had apartments and stuff. And now that I live here, I'm like, I want every room a different color because I can.
Yes, I understand that feeling. I mean, this room is the only really boring gray room, but all the rest of them at least have some sort of color to them. So I like it. The last place I painted was kind of that JH color green in the kitchen. I really liked the kitchen. Some of the plants just kind of seemed to creep out of the wall. It was cool.
It's eye-catching. It does look good. I worked at a salon once that had a yoga studio attached, and the yoga studio was that color green. And every time we'd get off work, we would just go through the doors and do a yoga class because our friend was the instructor, so it kind of worked out.
Nice.
That was a long time ago.
I totally hear you. I worked at the swimming pool up in Calgary, and you'd just get off work and then go join whatever class was there and then sit in the hot tub for
Yeah, I miss those days back.
I'm not that anymore.
I had no responsibilities though back then. I ran on my own.
Yeah, your own random clock of whatever's.
Yeah, now if I have 5 minutes to myself, I'm lucky.
If you have 5 minutes to yourself, you're feeling guilty, like, what am I forgetting?
Really? Because there's always something.
Something was supposed to be in this time slot that I forgot. Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Dragon Layer and Mr. Fish Sir. Welcome. And Rob93 Aquatics. Welcome, if I can speak.
Oh, that's awesome. Good to see everybody. Yay. I can't tell how many people we have in here.
I've here somewhere around here. It should tell me 11 maybe on my end. 11. I'll take it. Welcome, Streetwise. Hello.
I'm not sure how up to date mine is.
No idea. I'm just proud of myself that I'm brave enough to go live.
And it works and everything popped on and we're here. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like as long as I show up, I feel proud of myself and all the cool people's here, so we're good.
Yes, I agree. Oh yeah, I was so worried when I was like right before you got here, all the kids started showing up and I'm like, no, I'm going live. No.
I know. We're the neighborhood house too, and especially since we set up the swimming pool, like they just come out of the woodwork. They just wait for it because we always barbecue hot dogs for them, and they could swim. And then Brighton's birthday party's coming up, and so I just figured it would be Brighton and like Jesse's 2 kiddos. So we bought like a water slide, so they've been using that. But I'm like, as long as you stay outside and your parents are okay with it, I'm okay with it. So go swimming.
Yeah, that's what we were going to do for tomorrow. But I mean, I'd just taken it out of the box, physically out of the box.
That's all it takes.
Showing up.
Yep. Just taking it out of the shed. And then they thought we put some sand down and leveled it again this year. And that's all it took. That's all it took. And they haven't seen each other for like 2.5 months, so they were itching.
Yes, I've noticed that they've all just kind of gone from one house and hung in the front yard to the next house, hung in the front yard.
Yeah, and I felt bad. I didn't want to say no, but I was like, I guess if you stay outside and like kick a soccer ball back and forth, that's you're good. But.
Yeah, they've been pretty good. It's been kind of cute to kind of watch them sit in their little circles. And
yeah, they're. I think they're just so happy to see each other, and not because Brian's so sick of my face.
Yes, exactly.
Mom, I want to see anybody but you.
I think they've just been going house to house to house snacking.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky because like my best friend growing up, she lives next door out of like complete coincidence. When I moved in, I was like, you're my neighbor? How cool. So her 2 kids, I'm hoping that they're getting a little bit older. They're still pretty young, that they can kind of come over and play in the future a little bit, just because it's like, Brian's quite a bit older, but we were childhood friends. It'd be kind of cool. But it was like, I had no idea that she lived next door, and I was like, oh my gosh.
That is very cool. That is very cool. Kool-Aid
It's
Mom.
nice when you already know your neighbors.
Yeah, these ones, I like all of our neighbors here. They all seem pretty cool. I can't complain. We talk quite a bit to these ones. These guys have a gigantic 6.5-foot fence all the way around, so it's pretty hard to get even, we can't even wave at them.
Yeah,
they're cool too.
We have a fence, but it's not that high. It's just a chain link fence for the dogs. But the weeds grow up quite nicely sometimes.
Oh, I know the worst part about this fence is we've got a cement block on ours and then a chain link fence. And then there's 3 inches in between this great big gigantic white fence that goes all the way by, and we can't get the weeds.
Yeah. That's actually how I got sunburned last weekend. Is Jesse he has a little bit of install, and we just went down it. And there was rose bushes, and the thorn bushes were really lovely to drag out of the fence. We got it cleaned up, but that's hard. I haven't worked that hard in months.
No, I know. Everybody's just been on this sitting inside, like, dude.
I'm like, I've done the responsible thing. I've watched Netflix. What are you talking about? Work? You want me to go? Like, it felt good though. It did felt like to get out there and sweat, but man, I got fried. I didn't even think about sunscreen.
Yeah, I got our sunscreen that's sitting out back because I figure, I'm due for a good burn here pretty quick.
Now I'm in that itchy stage where it's like, oh
yeah. Yeah, I don't even want to admit how many seasons of thingies I've watched at this point on Netflix. But
yeah,
I'm kind of bored. So I was starting from scratch. We just watched it all. It was fun. This has been a tough 2 months, but now I appreciate their friends. Holy crap, man, the kids are loving their friends for sure. I can't. It's hard to say no, like you say. Uh-oh, Carrie's frozen on my screen. Is she on everybody else's screen as well? Oh, she's moving here. Oh,
yeah. Yay. Who knows? There's always our internet today, just in time for the live stream. Yeah.
I'm gonna pause this again. There we go. So
Hopefully it cooperates. Sorry if it doesn't.
Oh no, that's okay. Just don't leave me for too long in here.
We'll try it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It seems like every time I get excited, the internet's going to be like, no.
That's okay. That happens. I'm just glad my computer didn't decide to give me any issues. I just plugged it in, stirred it up, it connected to the screen. I was like, yay.
Yeah.
Usually I plug it in and then it makes me reboot it 2 or 3 times.
Oh, I know. That's how my old one was. And I'm still kind of in the habit of like going through the process of fighting with it. So this one, like actually just turning on and working is, I'm still getting used to it.
Nice. Nice. That's all I would say for sure.
Uh-huh.
I got an outdoor tub full of baby fish already. Holy crap.
I know. I just saw that. That's awesome. Congrats. I'm working at it. It's been, I don't think it's been a week yet since I moved them out there, but it's been a little bit. But I have the rice fish tubs are doing great, but for some reason the one guppy tub, I need to refill it because the evaporation on it has gone. There's just a few, like probably like 6 inches of water left in it. And I need to go out there and refill it. But for some reason that one, it's evaporating out of the one tub and they're all the same. But
that would be interesting. Because we are so like very deserty kind of here, so I would assume that must be a really big problem with a lot of the people with the tubs. I do follow a couple local people now, just to look how their tubbing season goes. So maybe I'll work my way out to it. So
yeah, I have the same problem in the fish room too, because I have lids on some of the aquariums, and there's always evaporation. I'm always having to. But if I would turn off the light and put a lid on it, it would help.
Oh yeah, very guilty. I think no one has a lid in this room. But yeah, I mean, this is an enclosed room. It's heated, and I'm trying to keep the humidity up in here. So this one, I mean, I'm amazed that I do get as much humidity, like evaporation, that I do. Because holy, it's such a small space.
I thought it would be a little bit better when I moved it down in the basement, but I still have quite a bit of evaporation.
Yeah, my basement tanks are absolutely awful for the evaporation. I usually do a water change on one tank and then top up another tank with my bucket of water for the day. That's how I go through my week. Oh, I think she's frozen again. Uh-oh. Well, I guess you guys are going to listen to me then. I will skip and make sure that she's still connected.
We'll try.
There it goes. It's working.
I have no idea why. It's been the lovely internet.
Well, that's okay. It just doesn't want to talk to me up here in Canada. That's all. It's like, no, we'll give them a hard time.
As much as I pay for internet, you think it would be spot on, but no.
This place has been pretty good. The internet has been really steady since moving to this house. The other one, we had a few spotty problems. We had to call them about every 5 or 6 months and just say, hey.
Yeah, if it keeps going, like next week, I can always go upstairs, but upstairs is louder. Downstairs is quieter.
I don't know what my basement's so dark. Like yours looks quite nice for streaming, and I don't think I could get the lighting to be nice enough to stream down there. I made one video down there, and I had to pack so many lights and rigs up and setups and puts. It was just like
if I didn't have to battle like the reflection of light, filming would be so much easier. But there's every once in a while I just want to get it done and I don't want to have to battle it, and I'll just do what I need to do and I'll just catch it up. But the light down here, it's a nuisance. All you see is the ring light or the light bulbs because it's so dark down here. But
Yeah, I'd be setting up all those lights. That was really hard to make sure I got the tank and me lit up, but not have a single light actually in the shot was just like,
yeah, and you think you're good, and then you're like, well, no. And I can't see anything without my glasses, so it just, you can see it. Sorry.
it's tricky with the fish to add that level to trying to get the filming done for sure. If you want to have that really professional look, and I'm like, now we're having, here, you can see my camera dots. Here's my camera dots. You're looking at my camera dots.
There's nothing like I'll film and I think of like, man, that's beautiful. And then I'll go to edit it and all you see is my cell phone reflection. And I'm like, why couldn't I couldn't see that when I filmed it at all.
You're not even watching that. You're too busy watching, what you're filming. You're not,
Yeah.
And then when you do notice, you're just like, ooh.
Yeah. Because I just use my cell phone still because I am not, like, I would love to learn how to use like a proper camera, but the settings and all the stuff that you need to use, it'd take me forever. I would never film anything because I wouldn't know how to use it.
Oh, and there's some amazing photographers and stuff around here. And I've got a really old camera that I've played with a couple of times, but yeah, it doesn't have a very good video function on it. It's an oldie, but it was fun to kind of at least learn some of the names and stuff. But I haven't sat down with it enough. No, everybody gets to see my camera dots. Oh. Tater salad there.
Well, thank you for the super chat. Just because. Well, thank you.
Very, very kind.
Yes, that still amazes me that people are so kind to like super chat and super stickers stuff. Like when I watch other live chat, it's just like, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really neat when it happens to you for sure. That's awesome. Thank you, Tater salad. Yes, making coffee. I'm doing definitely the coffee.
Yeah, I had some Red Bull. I had too much coffee this morning, and then I switched to the Red Bull because
I have not tried that.
And I took a long, like, I just started drinking an energy drink here and there. I took like 10 years off, honestly, but with reorganizing of the house and the kids, and I get so tired in the afternoon. It's like 2:00 happens and I don't even know my own name. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. I'm responsible for too many people to be this tired.
I hear that. So yeah, I love my coffee. We're definitely having one now. Sometimes I like to do the after dinner, but then sometimes I'm up a little late. But
yeah. As soon as I get done chatting with you guys, I got to go figure out what's for dinner. I got to go start pulling out all that stuff and figuring out what everybody wants. And it seems like I just got the kitchen clean. And then it's time to destroy it again.
Yeah, well, by the time you get out there, it'll be a surprise.
Yeah, when I go back upstairs, I don't even know what condition the house is in. They're all playing upstairs. We'll see.
Well, I think Mom went over to the other house because our pool wasn't up and running. So I think that was the great plan. So they can come back to the
We got a new puppy. We've only had a few days. So right now they're all the poor puppy can't. I don't think it's walked since we got it. It's just been carried from room to room.
Loved everywhere. That's awesome. So what type?
It's I never can pronounce it right. A Shiba Inu. Is that how you say it? It looks like a fox. We have the grandma.
Oh, nice.
We have the grandma. Jesse's ex-wife had puppies, so we got the runt.
Very cool. That's so cool. Those are good dogs too. I know for sure.
Yeah, I love them to death. They look like teddy bear, like just little teddy bears when they're babies, but they're diggers. They're really good at catching like moles and stuff in the yard, but they're just very good diggers. I replant the grass every year.
That's what I have to do with my bunnies. They've managed to dig little holes all over.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of understand. I've been trying to keep an extra pen to keep the rabbits kind of contained on the one side of the yard, but yeah, they're good diggers too.
Yeah. We have some, I think they're just cottontail rabbits in the side yard. And then we have a family of groundhogs that are underneath the neighbor's shed.
That would be cute. That would be cute.
They come out in the morning and the later evening, I guess, later afternoon, earlier evening, I guess I should say. And they're really fun to watch.
Oh yeah, I get a kick out of that. We get them in the store quite frequently, and yeah, they sell really, really fast. I was amazed how fast those and the skinny pigs up here go. So.
I had no idea. Yeah. I think people around here actually they just eat them, but I don't.
I'll have to tell that to the next lady.
Yeah.
They eat them not far from here.
Yeah. We live in the Ozarks in the Boot Hill of Missouri. Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing I think I ever managed, we didn't know we were eating at the time, I think was a raccoon. I got told once, and I was just like, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Some of the stuff growing up that I didn't know if I knew at the time, let me tell you.
It's like, well, I can say I did it now because I'm glad I don't remember.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for real. Roadkill dinner. Yeah. Well, we have a diner here that's actually called Roadkill Diner.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they actually serve stuff like that, but it's the name of the diner and people love it. And yeah.
True, I guess.
Yeah, the lovely Ozarks, let me tell you. I was going to ask you before I forget, how are your guppies doing?
How are the guppies doing? Oh, everything's doing really good. Like you said, except for one guppy tank that never wants to straighten itself out. Everybody's doing really good, actually.
Yeah, I have this mud guppy, this 55-gallon right here that you can't really see it in the camera, but it's just overrunneth with fry.
That's awesome. We're just getting our numbers back up.
Uh-huh.
I managed to take enough guppies in. We actually went downstairs and my kid was like, wow, we got rid of some. Like, where'd all the fish go, Mom? We finally got rid of enough. The tank doesn't look like it's bubbling when you walk up to it.
I tried to actually move in this 20 long right here. I have a bunch of shrimp with some guppies in there. And I moved a lot of the wild type shrimp in with the swordtail and mollies because it's like a perfect tank for shrimp. It's just perfect. Yeah. But I keep looking for the shrimp, and I don't think there's any shrimp in there anymore. I think I saw one. So that was not... I guess the swordtails and the mollies appreciated it, but my shrimp, I guess, didn't. But I was it's set up because it's kind of got a lot of algae buildup, and it's been set up for a while now. It's perfect for some of the shrimp, but it didn't go so well. But some of the females in that molly tank, they just look so uncomfortably pregnant that I'm just waiting for fry any day in that black molly tank. I'm excited for them, but... Yeah,
I had one tank that didn't, the shrimp tank that didn't go so well. I had shrimp in there for a long time, and it lasted longer than I originally thought it was. But when it really crashed, I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I have this little 5-gallon no filter tank that was completely full of shrimp, and I moved a lot of them around, and now that one's kind of, I don't see as many fry at all in that tank anymore, but
we'll see. Maybe we'll try it again. I do have to rearrange because I do want to move my one snake into the bigger tank here, and then I don't know what I want to put in the space down here. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm itching to go to the fish store so bad I can't help it because I've got a little bit of room now for some new fish, but I haven't went for so long that I'm like, it's okay to go. And then I'm like, no, I'll stay home. And then I'm like, it's okay to go. And then I'm like, no. And then I don't want to go by myself. I want someone to go with me to either talk me into something or talk me out of something. So I'm just itching. I'm itching to go to the fish store so bad.
Yeah, I think everything, Well, last Saturday when I was working there, they were supposed to be changing the rules. I don't know what they are. My next shift is on Tuesday, so I'll know a little bit more then, see how it goes. But
Yeah, we've completely opened back up. Like even you can't go out to eat to like full capacity, but you can even go out to eat now. Everything's pretty much opened. I just haven't went yet.
actually gotten done. Yeah, I had to do a lot of running around the last few days because I hadn't done so much running around. So I'm getting my insurance card papers, everything up to date, oil changes, and it's just
Yep.
oh, I was exhausted.
Yeah, I'm so used to like being home now that the thought of going out, it's like,
Oh yeah, I was just absolutely mentally draining. I was just like, wow, that just I have to get used to the new normal again.
Yeah, I've worked once, and it's been like 3 weeks ago. I work at a hair salon a couple hours away, and so I just got everybody scheduled on the one day, and spent the night, and just took it. So now I'm good for like 6 more weeks. Everybody's good. So like, well, I'm so used to being home that the thought of work now, I don't know what to like. I'm so used to just being home, working around the house that
Yeah.
got a new normal routine now. I don't want to go back.
So I said a few little, like I was complaining. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, now they're going to have to get us back to work. And now we figured out how to stay busy.
Yeah. Yeah. I get pooped out too quick now. But I'm so sick of staying home at the same time and watching like Netflix that I'm not normally a TV watcher. So I'm kind of like, I'm bored with it. Just kind of bored with it.
Yeah.
Thinking of projects to do.
Yeah, there's been lots of little things that have picked up and done this, and a lot of learning and different things just to stay, like you say, to stay busy. And now it's like, it's going to be a fun week. I'm looking forward to it. They're not long shifts or anything, so that's good too. But yeah, that one shift I did go to, I had a blast at. It was just, nice to be out of the house and just
talk.
Hey.
Yeah, I was like, I've lost all my social skills. I don't know how to act in public anymore.
I don't know what to say. How are you?
I'm like, I don't like hi, and then I forget how to act. I'm like,
Which isn't good when you're in customer service and you're like, hey, dude.
Yeah.
Do you want something?
Yeah. And doing hair, like we're so used to like my clients will come up and give me a big hug, and now like we can't do that. It's very strict. Like we can do services, but there's still quite a bit of restrictions. So it's the same, but not.
Yeah, and I've never been a hugger, so at least I'm good on that one. But I know there's some people who are just like twitching, just like, oh.
Yeah, I'm not a very big hugger either, but my clients are.
Yes.
So I go with it.
It's like, yeah, it's good. It's good working in the retail with people. It's always fun to see what you get.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hello, Joseph.
We're not in morning. I'm in like, I keep forgetting it's 4:00. I don't stream normally.
Yeah.
I've never
It's always the morning time for you. I'm always down here. I don't always necessarily get a chance to like type because my hands are wet, but I'm always watching.
Yeah, I love just leaving things on and going and listening. And then, sometimes we'll say, hey, to somebody, and I'm like, oh, I got to walk over there and get in on that.
I got a kick out of Amber and Joseph's premiere this morning because I totally understand why we clicked now even more, because that's totally me. Jesse's always like, leave it alone. We don't need it. Go away. Like, walk away. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, that was I have to admit, that was very funny. I did watch that premiere too.
It was cute.
A kick out of it.
Yeah, it was raining here for like 9 days off and on. Like I got to go outside and work a little bit, and then it would rain and rain.
Oh, we only had our like one day. We had like 24 hours worth of rain. That was our whole April showers.
Mm-hmm.
One day, just give her. That's how we do it. Otherwise, it snowed up until May. We had our one day of rain, and now I don't know when we're gonna see it again.
Yeah, there was something I read on Facebook like a while ago that it was like, I know why it's called May, because it may rain, it may be sunny, it may snow.
Yeah, that's
It
definitely.
may be 80 or it may be 50. We don't know.
No, just stick your head out and go with it.
Yeah, you never know. Just give it a blink of an eye and the weather will change.
We were sitting there watching this absolute downpour that lasted about 5 minutes tops, and we're sitting out there on the deck, and then we're watching these kids just drenched head to toe with their skateboards out, and I'm like, welcome to May.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks beautiful out there today, but just in time for the allergies to kick in, I guess. But I'll deal.
Trees, yeah, across the street or something else. My car is yellow and
Yep. All the ponds are green, not because they're like green water yet, just because it's pollen.
filled so bad.
Hi,
No.
Steve.
Hi, good to see you.
I'm so excited to see everybody when we can travel again.
No, I can't say that I've never got to go to one of those things, but I would have liked to have gotten to at least, yeah, we're supposed to have that reptile thing. I don't think they're going to have that. I was just looking forward to our first expedition down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they keep sending emails and updates about like our monthly club meetings and auctions and stuff. And so far, because St. Louis area is still pretty shut down compared to our area. So, and that's where the meetings are at. So far it's no go, but hopefully in the next couple months we can.
Yeah, our Facebook page has been very active, which has been nice locally. A lot of people doing training, posting little pictures of fry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a couple of really good discus breeders here. I've been enjoying his pictures, watching them.
I love looking at the discus. I love them, but there's no way I can ever keep them.
I'm not even going to try.
Yeah. They are so not compatible with my water that it's not even worth it. It's just best left.
Yeah, he's got quite the system, I think, to run those.
Uh-huh. But they're so beautiful. Every time I see them, they're beautiful.
Oh, yes, and he's got them just looking amazing. So I'm jealous, but at the same time, those ones were like, I was going to get ready to put them on the bucket list, and I'm like, nah. They don't need them that bad. We're good.
Yeah. Like I love getting new fish and trying different things now, kind of breaking out of my box, but I still have the restrictions that if they don't do well in my water, I'm just not even going to try because it's not worth the stress and the guilt on me, and it's not worth it on them.
I understand how I like to keep fish. I like to find the fish that are suited to how I like to keep fish, not the other way.
Yeah. But I can look from afar and and like just ooh over them.
And I'm cool with that. I mean, it frustrated me at the beginning, but like you say, it's not worth the heartache or whatever if it doesn't pan out well.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Fish Tank Barn. Hello.
Yeah, that's about what ours is like there, Fish Tank Barn. Very, very similar to that.
Yeah.
Oh, the hard water. And I think most of my tanks, when I've been testing them, I got a pH pen like I posted this morning.
I know that.
It's been fun.
I love gadgets. Like if I can, even if I don't need it, I just like gadgets like that. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, most of it's sitting about 7.6, 7.8 seems to be the pH, except for that one guppy tank, and it's like 8.6. And I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
I just have like the test strips, and when I do test, that's usually between a 7.6 and a 7.8. It just depends on the tank. But definitely liquid hard rock water here.
Yeah, I bought them local. Nice. Yeah, that always helps though, especially if they've been breeding them in the water that they're gonna be in. That always makes for so much easier fish.
It does.
Oh.
It does. That's the reason whenever I discovered like the fish auctions, I don't know why I hadn't heard of them before, but when I discovered them, I was like, oh my gosh. And they're, even though it's a couple hours away, sometimes you never know, but they always do so much better getting them from the local fish store and then the auction.
I agree. That's where my Amicus Splendens came from. That was a long haul to go get a couple of fish I wanted.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, it was worth it. So I don't care.
Like I have pretty good luck with like my chain store, like the PetSmarts and stuff here. Like we got really lucky. Their employees are really, and the store's really clean, but it's a hit and miss from their store. It's kind of, sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. But my auction fish that I got at the auction have done really well. Luckily, because I spent a small fortune. I went a little crazy.
Yeah, I made sure I only had so much cash on me, and that was like, no, you may not bring any more. No, you may not bring the debit card.
Yeah, well, that's the reason I brought Jesse this time, because I went and got my allowance. I was like, this is all I can spend, and you're in charge. Well, then he got overly excited. So the person that was supposed to keep me in check too, but the Blue Dream shrimp are just now, I saw my first like shrimplet, and I didn't think I was gonna have any left from they're out of all of the ones, I guess they did the worst, but they're slowly doing, it's been a while, but I'm starting to see shrimplets finally. So I'm really excited about them because they're so pretty. They're blue.
I was considering maybe that's what I'll put there.
Mm-hmm. I love the shrimp. I was nervous about getting into them at the beginning, but now I love them.
Well, I did really good when I had the smaller containers, so I might try that again. Well, am I sitting and making an echo somehow?
It could be my end. Who knows? I didn't hear it, but that doesn't mean anything.
My end. Holy crap, we're already at like 10 minutes left. Can you believe that?
I know. It always flies by. I always get so nervous. I'm like, I never know what to talk about. And then it just, before I know it, it's over.
I know. Even if you're sitting there and you can follow the chat and let them drive the conversation, it seems to go so fast too, especially when they're talking to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you seem to have an echo for a bit. Yeah, see, I heard that. I don't know what that was. I don't know how to fix it anyway.
Yeah, and I don't either, so I'm no help.
Yeah.
I always tried to like move the microphone just away and act like that works, but I don't know.
See, I'm not even using a microphone. This is completely through the computer seems to do that, and I'm like, I wouldn't even know a button to push.
Well, I got all this fancy equipment. I'm like, if I get this stuff, then I'll do it. It'll give me the confidence to do it. And then I'm like, well, I don't know how to use it.
Now I'm less confident. Oh no.
If it's not a plug and like it plugs in and works, I don't know.
Well, I know I've got a microphone somewhere, but I've never used it up in here. I got it for the old room because I had so many, a lot more hang on the back filters.
Uh-huh.
But here it's not as bad. I've just got a couple. This air bubble's a little bit noisy, but it's not bad. It's not bad in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, overall the fish room, I'm pretty lucky it's not too loud, but Jesse, he's really wanted me to go to the Central Airline route so we can save a bunch of plugins.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like my hang on the back filters. So it's an ongoing discussion.
Oh, yeah, plugins. Oh my goodness, I want to upstairs to try it. I wanted to put a timer on my lights downstairs.
Mhm.
I was down there for about 45 minutes just trying to figure out how to unwind my plugins. I was ready to like throw something, and I managed to plug 2 lights into the timer by the time I was done.
Yeah, I really want to get timers, but I don't. I try to every so often, like twice a year, I would say, like every so many handful of months, I'll come down here and I'll unplug everything and just untangle everything. And then like I'll zip tie everything and organize it. And then through the 6 months of rearranging,
Oh, it's just nuts.
then the zip ties get undone and then everything gets rearranged and everything.
Oh, yeah. I
So,
can't believe what a mess that was. And of course, once I unplugged 2 of the filters, then I had to clean them all.
yeah. So I always have this grand epic plan to keep everything super organized and yeah.
I don't know what that is anymore. I lost that somewhere.
Yeah. Like I wanted to mop and sweep the fish room today and I'd still
Okay.
know.
I don't even worry about it. And yeah, it's so bad because nobody could come over to your house for so long that now it's kind of like, maybe I'll have to.
Well, I got lazy because I would clean up like every day. That's what I do. I clean up in the morning, clean up in the afternoon, clean up in the evening because I was the type of house that you never know who's going to stop by.
Exactly.
And now I'm just like, no.
These projects going, and haven't been worried about people coming over. Now I'm like, well, crap.
I gotta get the dishes. What?
Dang. I even said all the kids came over. I'm like, no, I'm so glad you all have to stay outside.
Well, it's been so much quiet, and like I can't stand. I'm not one like I don't listen to the radio in the car. I don't like the TV. If the TV is on, it's like on the lowest volume to where everybody's like, I can't even hear it because noise makes me anxious, and then when I get anxious, I get irritated. And when it's been so quiet lately. And so I don't have to use that like it's too loud, turn down the music or turn on the TV or go outside. Like it's just been so nice and quiet. But poor kids, they're bored.
Yes, I agree. Oh, Q's in here. Hi, Q.
Hi Susie.
Do it on an Amazon Alexa. Yes, I know. I was looking at that. I can't remember that I saw another video. Somebody hooked up their fish room so that they could just say, turn on and turn off the lights for sure.
Yeah. I have this Carrie Tetra tank right here is on a Bluetooth timer on my phone. And I had that light for an embarrassing amount of time for like a year. Before I was like, I'm going to set this up. And all it took was like 2 button clicks on my phone. And let me tell you, it's the nicest thing ever. It comes on at 8 o'clock in the morning and it goes off at 7, I believe, if I remember right. And it goes on and off by itself and it's just amazing. But it took me an embarrassing amount of time to actually like set that up because I have all these apps on my phone, but I never really use them. So, but that was genius. Bluetooth lights. That's nice. So I would love to get that type of lights for all the other tanks over time through the years and just have it like on a master, just on my phone.
Yeah.
But that's going to take a long time.
I'll be happy just with the normal timer right now. I think it was in the holidays there. They had the timers at the dollar store just for your Christmas tree. Uh-huh. So when they were on for $1.50 each, I was like, twing, 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 twing. I've hooked up one of them so far.
Yeah, the follow through for me.
I totally get that. But hey, I got him and I got 2 lights hooked up to it now. We got started.
Hi, Haley.
Hello. How's it going?
Jealous of her new tank. She's got a pretty sweet tank.
Oh, I have to go watch that then. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's one that I want that I have no need for, no room for, but I want one of those 50-gallon low boy.
Boys, yeah, I haven't actually watched the video on it yet. So
Have no idea what I would put in it, but I'm so jealous that she got one.
I haven't even seen one up here, so I'm not too sure. They look really cool on the videos. Yeah, I've physically not even seen one. Anything a 55 and up is like really hard to find. So I'm kind of hoping I can get 75 or so and go from there.
Yeah. I've seen
Get one now.
one in a store that I wish I would have bought, but like I said, I have no need. It's completely, I don't need to buy it, but I want it. And then I went to Primetime Aquatics Fish Room, and he had one set up with, was it Shelly's, I think it was? And I was just like, it was awesome.
I think it would look cool. I think it would look cool. Like I said, I still haven't seen one. I think if I do, then it might be in trouble. But
yeah, it's just one of those
projects.
It's just one of those unique size tanks that you can't help but like. That's so awesome.
Maybe if it'll fill up the whole top of this row, that would be kind of neat. That would be kind of neat. You need to carry.
Yeah, I want one so bad. Haley, she's gonna have to come down to my house one of these days, and she's just tell me what to do.
Plan, because right now I'm just making a mess of the plugins.
Yeah, I invested in some of those. I don't even know. Last year, I got rid of a lot of my smaller like extension cord strips and got some really long. I think they're like 3 feet strips. So it organized so I didn't have so many smaller extension cords. I just got one big 3-foot strip, and it was really nice.
That's my problem right now. I got the 3-foot plugged into the 3-foot plugged into the 3-foot.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't let anybody from the fire department wander through that.
Well, I'm a klutz, and I'm not joking. Like, I've tripped and hit my like cheek on the rack, and I'm like, black eye. And I'm like, I gotta get some of this stuff organized because I can't walk without like falling into stuff. And then I gotta get this stuff, just some walking space.
Well, that's the one thing. There's lots of room downstairs, so at least I can like put everything against the wall, and I'm still good on space down there. Up here's a little more interesting because the cords start getting, and then I've got the ladder as my light prop and stuff. Starts making it a little more challenging.
Mm-hmm. So I installed plugs all over my fish room, just never ran the wires yet. Yeah. I'm the same way. Like, I have all these things half started, and then I get distracted with the kids or the puppy now.
She says 2 feet by 4 feet by 12 inches. That would fill like this whole top spot if we put the 50 up there.
They're really cool. Like, they're just awesome. I've never seen one until I started doing like fish tube. I didn't know that they existed. And then when I saw them, I'm like, I must have one eventually.
I want to do white cloud minnows and some bettas.
Yes, that would look really cool in there. Well, I think I've got 28 white cloud minnows and a 300-gallon tub outside. So they have plenty of room.
There's people up here now. I can't get them anymore.
They're really hard to find here too. It's taken me, I didn't think I would have that much trouble finding them because they were everywhere until I wanted them. And then they were like, poof, gone. But I took a bunch of this algae out of this tank and created like a big moss ball and put it in that tub, and they love it. Oh, and it looks awful, but they love it.
They never like anything that's pretty for them. I want a 120 to replace the 55. That would be nice too. Yeah, I need something for my piranhas so bad. We'll see what we can find. We'll see what we can find. Yeah, my hubby says every so often they show up with fish tanks and they can't take the fish tanks, so he's just going to be like, rather than the garbage bin.
I would love to upgrade. I have a 180 for the arowana, the silver arowana, but I would love like a 220 or a 250 or a custom, because he still has tons of room in there right now, but there's going to be a point. And I had no idea that finding harder tank or bigger tanks were it was going to be such a challenge. I figured you could just go to the pet store and order them, and then they would come in and you would have your tank, but apparently it doesn't work that way.
Well, I got to try and find something that is secondhand too. I don't need the stand or anything because I have one of these downstairs, and I'll take off the whole it's only got the 2 rows on it downstairs, so I'll give them the whole top row, whatever I can find.
Yeah. Well, I lucked in because our nursing home was upgrading. They had this tank and they were upgrading, and the fish store was like, "Hey, do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." So whenever something kind of falls in my lap like that again, I'm just going to take it, because I had no idea. Like I said, I thought you could just order them at the fish store and call it good and they'd come in, but no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at ordering, so I'm not too sure how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've looked at the Facebook Marketplace a few times, but everything's so far away. Like, I found bigger tanks, but I can't travel that far to pick them up.
Yeah, I can. Calgary and Edmonton, some of the bigger cities around me, I just am drooling over some of their deals, and then around here, it's just like, quiet. Everybody's hanging on to their big tanks.
I know. And once I find it, I'm not going to give it up either. I'll be like, I don't care. I'm never selling this tank. It's going to be with me forever.
Well, I've moved so much. I've never wanted like 55 gallons. That's enough to hang and drag around from one place to another. So now that I'm here, it's like, I need a bigger tank.
Yeah. I moved that. I had that 30-gallon bow front that I have the goldfish in now, that I'm getting ready to move through my entire 20s, through every apartment, every move I ever had. But now that I have so many fish tanks here, I told Jesse he can never break up with me. He's stuck with me forever because I'm never moving these. We have to live here forever.
Yeah, we're staying now. This is too much work.
I'm like, you have to keep me forever. You indulged me in this. Now you must love me forever. But he loves it. He wouldn't admit to how much he loves it, but he likes it.
And mine just kind of wanders in, and he's like, okay.
Yeah. We've been together for 5 years, and the first 4 years he didn't get it. And now this last year, he likes it. It just kind of changed one day. But I think Aquashella helped. I think taking him to Aquashella and taking him to see all the fish rooms and meeting all the people that I got to meet, I think it helped my case.
Yes. Right now, I think his favorite, he likes the rabbits the most, especially the one rabbit out of anything that I've gotten so far.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the rest of your crap. I like this one.
Yeah, he's the monster. He likes, because he has a farm. His parents still live on the same farm, so they have all kinds of critters and animals on the farm. But he's into helping with the filters, because I always just threw away the filters. So he helps me with them, and the monster fish. He likes feeding them earthworms. The baby tears, the baby tears. He's obsessed with the plants. There's some baby tears in this Tetra tank that he's just, every time he comes home, he's got to come down and check on them. I cleaned that tank one time and got some of the algae out of it, and the first thing was like, "You didn't disturb them, did you?" I'm like, "No, I promise. They're fine. I promise. I left them. They're good. They're good." Not like, I promise I didn't mess them up.
Oh, that's cute. No, mine doesn't like any of my critters quite that much. He's just kind of, so how's this one? How's that one? Keep the steaks over there. We're good.
Yeah.
He's happy. But he never tells me no, which is a bit of a problem sometimes.
Yeah, he's told me no a couple of times, but he hasn't told me no lately.
Who's OFR?
Ohio Fish Rescue.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
They just probably started it since we've been on. I think they started. What time is it? 6 my time, 7
Nice.
Central or Eastern time. These time zones are challenging.
I just didn't recognize the.
Yeah, someone typed that in one time, and I was like, I hope that's what it meant, because that's what I assumed it meant.
That's what we're going with. What it means in this chat.
But I guess
Cool.
it's been an hour. Thanks for coming and chatting. And anytime you want to come by to the channel, you're more than welcome. There's an open invitation anytime you want to come talk.
Awesome. That was a super fast hour for sure.
And I know. And it seems like every time I come on, I'm like, man, I can't do an hour. I'm not brave enough. And then as soon as it comes on, it's done. I'm like, well, maybe I could do 2 after all.
Well, we're doing 8 hours straight.
Yeah, one of those like Corey streams, that Thanksgiving streams, or Christmas streams. More brave than I.
You're not going to catch me doing it either, so it's okay.
I still haven't gone by myself yet. I'm not brave enough. I'm like, I don't know.
if like I say, if the chat gets going and you're interacting with the chat, then they also chat back a lot more to you as well, right? So yeah, you'll be fine if you get it going.
Oh yeah. Once I get going, you can't turn me off. I'll talk.
Especially like I say, once they start answering, it'll be fine.
But thank you so much for everybody coming out and chatting with us on this Friday night. And I will see you guys next Friday at 5 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and 4 o'clock D's time. Did you want to say anything before we left? Say goodbye.
No, thanks for stopping in. I had a blast here. Definitely, it was fun wandering over. I will be on my channel on Sunday. We're just going to do the Mountain Standard Time at 10 o'clock because I'm not figuring out the rest of them.
Well, I will see you Sunday morning.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye, guys.